If your ad results have been flat, despite spending more, doing more, testing more, I want you to consider something uncomfortable. The problem might be that the place where your customers discover and decide what to buy has moved, and you're still optimizing for where it used to be. Stay with me, because once you see this, you cannot unsee it, and it changes what you need to be working on right now. Here's why this matters more than brands realize. If the consideration phase, the part where a customer decides whether your brand is even worth clicking on, is happening somewhere that you're not showing up, then everything downstream suffers. Your conversion rate, your return on ad spend, your organic rank, all of it. You can't fix a traffic problem that isn't exactly a traffic problem. I see this all the time in conversations where people come up to me and they start thinking that the problem is their ads, that they're not driving enough traffic, that they're not driving the right kind of customers. And as we start to dig in, I realize that there's actually a very different problem at play. The real problem, in fact, is happening before they even get to the marketplace. It's starting before the search results. It's starting before the ad. The brands that are actually getting traction right now aren't necessarily outspending everyone. They're just showing up in the right place earlier than their competitors, before the competitors even have an opportunity to bid on that keyword. That's what this video is about. Where this earlier stage is happening, what it means for your brand, and what you can actually do about it to turn your business around. For a long time, the funnel made sense. Someone searched, they found your listing, they decided, you either converted them or you didn't. That funnel still exists. Sometimes. Sometimes it looks totally different, and sometimes there's a new stage even before anybody enters the funnel that didn't even exist until recently. People are using AI tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google Overviews, Claude to figure out what to buy before they search, maybe instead of searching. This isn't necessarily about purchasing, but about figuring out what they should consider, or maybe even making the decision about what they want to buy, and then it's just a matter of going and buying it. They've essentially bypassed most of the funnel in that case and ended up directly at purchasing point decision. And that means that by the time they get to the search bar or the website or the marketplace, they're not looking for a solution. They are looking to buy the specific product that they have already decided upon. This isn't hypothetical. I'm seeing this in real-time client data. Traffic quality has shifted. Customers are arriving at channels already more informed and set on what it is that they want to purchase. That means that they're either faster to convert or they're faster to leave. There's not that middle ground of research and decision making that's happening on these marketplaces like it used to happen even a couple of years ago. The consideration phase used to happen on your product page. Now it's increasingly happening with whatever your customer's preferred AI tool is, which means that now, in best case scenario, there's a version of your brand in conversations that you're not in the room for, and you have very little control over what's being said. And the reason that I say best case scenario, because if you're really far behind, you may not even be in those conversations at all. Either way, you have a problem. If you haven't done the work to make your brand and positioning undeniably clear in your copy and your descriptions and your content, then when someone asks an AI tool about the problem that you solve, the AI fills in the blank with its best interpretation or with recommending your competitors' products instead. Then, when your potential customer asks the AI tool about a problem that you're able to solve, AI fills in the blank with what it has, and what it has is often generic, and generic is not going to sell your product. And that's also in the best case scenario, because it's also quite possible that it doesn't even know about your product to begin with, and then you're just not even showing up. Neither scenario is what we want for you. Now, I want to show you exactly how I know this is real, because recently something happened in the e-commerce world that most people completely misread. And the way that they misread it is actually the clearest proof of everything that I just said. OpenAI made a move last week, or at least recording Emma's version of last week. I don't know exactly when this is going live. And a lot of people had to take to their keyboards to release their hot takes on LinkedIn or their newsletter or what have you. And so many of the headlines were the same thing that we see so many people quick to say all the time. ChatGPT shopping is dead. That's because ChatGPT killed a feature called instant checkout, which was supposed to allow you to buy products directly from within a chat. Essentially, the hot takes were AI shopping is dead, the experiment failed, time to move on. That take is wrong, and I want to show you why. Because the way that this story got misread, or at least the way that this story got misrepresented, likely for the sake of clicks and impressions and intention, is a perfect example of what happens when people react to the noise instead of really reading into what's happening and understanding the bigger picture. Checkout is one of the most operationally complex parts of e-commerce. Live inventory across millions of products, tax remittance across every state, fraud prevention, refund workflows, consumer trust with payment information on sites that they're unfamiliar with. And this isn't just within one site. ChatGPT was trying to create a feature that would allow their AI agent to go and purchase on your behalf across countless websites throughout the internet. Sure, they may all be hosted on a select amount of platforms, but it is still far more complicated than an enclosed system like a more traditional marketplace. There were a lot of issues with this functionality, and Walmart, the original launch partner, actually disclosed that conversion rates for products sold directly through ChatGPT were 3 times lower than when customers simply went to the Walmart website and purchased directly from there. Now, seeing data like that makes me understand why some people may have misunderstood what was going on here when OpenAI announced their decision to kill instant checkout. But really, how I see it as them recognizing where they fit into the buyer journey and really doubling down on that. They realize that at least at this point in time, ChatGPT isn't where people are ready to buy, but it is where they go to decide. So they decided to redirect their focus on that decision layer and making it as strong as they possibly can. But here's what got buried in the exact same announcement. On the exact same day that OpenAI announced that they were stepping back from instant checkout, Shopify's VP of product said that millions of Shopify merchants are open for business on ChatGPT. My website is on Shopify, and I got an email telling me this and telling me how to opt out if I didn't want to have our products be available through ChatGPT. That means millions of products automatically integrated into ChatGPT's product discovery without merchants having to do anything extra. And on the same day, Walmart launched a deeper integration as well. A dedicated in-chat app, account linking, loyalty integration, Walmart payments, all from within a ChatGPT app. So with this move, they are actually expanding their discovery capabilities, and a lot of retailers are already inside. Target, Sephora, Nordstrom, Lowe's, Best Buy, Home Depot, Wayfair, Walmart, as we've spoken about, along with all of the Shopify merchants who don't opt out. This is what it means to really read the story underneath the story. OpenAI didn't retreat from commerce. They retreated from checkout. The part that matters for your business isn't the instant checkout. It's that the discovery layer just got bigger, and if you position your business properly, then you can be part of that discovery as well. So what do you actually do about this? Because show up in AI discovery is the kind of advice advice that means nothing if you don't know where to start. The instinct that most sellers have when they hear this is to go looking for an AI quick fix. But I want to push back on that, because the brands that are showing up well in AI discovery aren't the ones who optimize specifically or exclusively for AI. They're the ones that did the foundational brand work that made them easy to understand and easy to represent. There's a paradox here that I think about a lot. The less control you have over where your brand shows up, the more important it is to clearly define who you are. AI tools represent your brands in conversations where you're not in the room, where they're not asking you questions. They fill in the blanks with whatever information they have. If your positioning isn't clear, if someone can't read your copy and immediately understand who you're for, what problem you're solving, and why you're different, the AI can't make that case either. It'll say something generic, and generic doesn't get recommended, especially if you're in a highly competitive category. So what I am advising brands on all the time is that before you go to creating an AI strategy, you need to understand how AI understands you. You need to ask all of these different tools, your differentiation, who you're for, the specific problem you solve. Get the AI to tell you what they know about you. Only then can you begin to understand what it is you need to change and how to retrain the AI to make sure that it understands the situations where you are going to reign supreme. And this leads to the piece that I think is most urgent right now. Because if the consideration phase is happening before your customers arrive, if they're showing up to your product page already informed, already having compared you, already decided that you are the product that they're pretty sure they want, the question is your page built to reassure that customer, to not add any uncertainty, and to make that sale as easy and confident as possible? By the way, if you want a breakdown of what this foundational brand work looks like, let me know in the comments below, and I would be happy to create a video about it. Now, another very important piece is the platform that you're selling through, because if you want to make sure that your products are showing up in discovery and then it's just a quick to the product page on your website to purchase, then Shopify is probably worth your consideration because of the deep integration that they have built out with OpenAI. So if you are already selling on Shopify, lucky you. If not, it's really worth considering making the move. They also offer a 3-month trial for $3. If you would like to sign up or learn more, you can click the link below. I've been using Shopify for years, and it is a great platform for running your site off of, and even better if you are selling lots of physical products and you want to make sure to sell your products in as many different places as possible. Shopify, in many ways, is becoming the infrastructure that's really powering so much commerce throughout the internet beyond just your own Shopify site. Now, this is the last piece, and for a lot of brands, it's also the most urgent. If the customer arriving at your product page has already researched, compared, and nearly decided your page is doing a job that it's never really had to do quite like this before. The consideration work happened before they got to you. Your page just has to not mess it up and close the sale. AI can get the customer to your door, but it can't open the door for you. The discovery layer is expanding. The traffic is coming to the brands that show up. But showing up is not the same as converting. And if you haven't looked at your product pages through the lens of somebody who's already informed, already ready to make a purchase, you are losing your highest intent visitors. The brands that win the AI era won't be the ones that just chased every new AI feature. They'll be the ones who built something clear enough, credible enough, and specific enough that AI has no choice but to recommend them. And there's something in particular that I need to warn you about, because a lot of brands who think they're doing everything right are quietly making a mistake that could undermine everything that they've built. That's the next video that should be popping up right here. I highly suggest that you click on it. I hope to see you over there. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Bye.